Hello, I'm Ken Carpenter, and this is Invest AI Savvy, where AI powers smart investing. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2026. It's been a hell of a week. The S&P 500 crossed 7,000 for the first time in history. The NASDAQ blew through 24,000. Futures are green again this morning. This is the best week for stocks all year. Now, before we start, BuzzPulse is a social intelligence tool. Everything you hear today is data and commentary, not investment advice. I'm not your financial advisor, so please do your own research before you put money anywhere. Now, today we've got a lot to cover. BuzzPulse just locked in on AMC Entertainment as signal of the day with 11 convergence layers firing. Now, I want to walk you through exactly why. Uh, Netflix reported earnings last night and the stock dropped 9%, even though they beat expectations. So I'm going to explain exactly why that actually makes perfect sense. Now, our model portfolio just hit 23 signals tracked with 0 stop outs, and we're beating the Russell 2000 by 4.5 points. So I'm going to show you the numbers later in the show. And today in BuzzPulse University, I'm going to explain exactly how we select the signal of the day, the whole process, no black box. So let's get into it. So what happened overnight? There's 3 stories that you should probably be following. Number one, the markets are heading for their best week of the year. S&P futures are at 7,097, up about 1/3%. Dow futures up almost 0.5% on 48,981. NASDAQ futures up 0.25%. Even the Russell 2000 is up 0.5%. Small caps are joining the party. Now, the catalyst for all this is the Iran peace negotiations. President Trump says talks are progressing. Every time we get positive news out of the Middle East, markets rally. And this week, we got a lot of positive news. The VIX is sitting at 1786. That's not screaming complacency yet. When the VIX drops down to 14, that's where I say start worrying about a correction. And we're not there yet. Story number 2. Netflix reported earnings after hours yesterday. Revenue, it came in at $12.25 billion, up 16% over last year. They beat expectations. Earnings per share of $1.23, nearly doubled last year, but the stock still dropped 9%. You're probably asking why. Well, there's 2 reasons. First, a big chunk of those earnings came from a $2.8 billion termination fee from the Warner Brothers deal that fell through. You strip that out, and the numbers are a lot less impressive. Second, their second quarter guidance was light, 13% revenue growth, slightly below what Wall Street wanted. And the big emotional headline, Reed Hastings, the co-founder of Netflix, is leaving the board in June. When a founder walks away completely, the market reads it as the best day might be behind us. So whether that is actually true is a different conversation. The lesson here is that this market beating expectations is the minimum. You have to beat and guide up. Beat and guide flat, you get sold. That's the level of euphoria that we're dealing with. Now, story number 3, Bitcoin is at 75,600 this morning, right at that critical $75,000 resistance level. The crypto fear and greed index is at 23. Extreme fear. Now, here's the paradox. Stocks are at all-time highs. Crypto is terrified. Morgan Stanley just launched a Bitcoin ETF that pulled in $1 million in its first 6 trading days. Charles Schwab just landed a crypto trading platform. They launched a crypto trading platform, and institutional money is pouring in, but retail sentiment is fearful. When retail is scared and institutions are buying, historically, who ends up being right? I'm going to let you think about that one. Now, this is segment 3. This morning, BuzzPulse scanned 37,976 and 16,000 crypto tokens. So let's see, 37,700 stocks, 16,000 crypto tokens. It filtered out every mega cap, every ETF, every obvious name. And that asset was that, and the asset that scored the highest on independent confirmation letters was AMC Entertainment Holdings, a small cap equity trading at $1.61. 11 of 25 convergence layers fired. Conviction level is moderate. Signal direction is bullish. Now, AMC. Everyone knows AMC. This is the movie chain theater company that became a meme stock darling back in 2021. But forget that narrative for a second. Here's what the data is saying right now. AMC just posted the strongest 5-day Easter performance in the company's 106-year history. Over 6 million guests came through the doors during Easter week. All-time highs combined admissions and food beverage revenue. The Super Mario Galaxy movie was a $372 million global debut. Project Hail Mary from Amazon MGM delivered AMC's biggest opening weekend of 2026. Admissions revenue was up 70% year over year versus the same weekend in 2025. The stock has climbed from about 95 cents in late March to $1.61 today. That's nearly a 70% move in 3 weeks. And it's being driven by something real. Actual people buying actual tickets and actual popcorn. AMC also secured a $425 million credit facility through its Odeon subsidiary and Deutsche Bank. They're refinancing at lower rates and extending loan terms. That's not a meme trade. That's a company cleaning up its balance sheet. And here's the interesting one. AMC is doing early theatrical screenings of Netflix's Stranger Things Tales from 85 in 34 U.S. theaters starting tomorrow. The movie theater chain is partnering with a streaming company. That tells you the industry is evolving. Now, let me be clear. AMC has real challenges. Heavy debt, negative profit margins. This is very speculative. But BuzzPulse does not care about my opinion. It flagged AMC because 11 independent data sources all say the same thing. Something's happening here. Social sentiment is surging. Momentum is confirmed, and the market is paying attention. That's what the data says. Tell me what you think about AMC in the comments. Okay, let's move on. Segment number 4. Let's look and see what else made BuzzPulse the watch list today. These are the top, what we call greed score assets that pass the quality gate. If you've been watching this show, you'll recognize some of these names. Now, MARA, Marathon Digital, has been our best performer. It's in the portfolio twice, up 44% on the first entry and 32.6% on the second. Bitcoin is holding above $75,000, and the miners are direct beneficiaries if BTC breaks through that resistance. Now, ANC has been in the portfolio 3 times, all 3 in the green, 43%, 43.8%, 25.8%, and 19.3%. When a stock shows up 3 times in the portfolio, that's not a coincidence. That is persistent signal strength. The system keeps flagging it because it keeps meeting the quality gate on separate days. Now, RUN has 2 entries, both strong. 29%. RUN has 29.4% and 27.5%. When a name keeps showing up on BuzzPulse after a day, a week after week, that tells me the underlying signal is persistent. That is the difference between a pump and a genuine trend. Pumps spike once and die. Real trends keep passing the quality gate. Now, let's talk about the overall alpha of the portfolio. How are we doing historically? And I'm really proud of the fact that BuzzPulse has a model portfolio that's outperforming the Russell 2000. Every signal of the day is tracked mechanically, $1,000 per signal. 8% stop loss, automatic, no discretion, no emotion, no cherry picking, just the data. Now, the portfolio alpha right now for BuzzPulse, right? Plus $2,522.42. Total portfolio value, $25,522. 23 signals tracked. BuzzPulse year to date plus 11.8%. Now, the Russell 2000 year to date is plus 7.2%. That's a 4.6 of outperformance above the benchmark. And here's the number that matters the most. Positions stopped out, 0. 23 signals, 0 stop outs, not one. The quality job at BuzzPulse, the quality gate at BuzzPulse is doing its job, okay? So let me walk you through the top BuzzPulse winners. Number 1 is MARA, Marathon Digital. It entered the portfolio on March 28th at $8.02. Now the current value is $1,440. That's a 44% return. $1,000 turned into $1,440. Number 2, AMC entered April 6th at $1.12. Current value, $1,438. 43.8% appreciation. Now, number 3, it's MARA again. The second entry, April 3rd at $8.71, up 32.6%. Number 4, RUN, entered April 7th at $4.94, up 29.4%. Number 5, RUM again, April 2nd at $5.01, up 27.5%. Check the dashboard. There's a link to the dashboard, and you can look at this stuff for free. 7 days for free. If you want to take a look at some winners, just sign up for the newsletter down in the links below, okay? Every other signal service cherry picks winners, not BuzzPulse, okay? We don't do that at Invest AI Savvy. The other guys show you the home runs, and then they hide the strikeouts, okay? We don't do that. This is every signal tracked live on a public dashboard. Go to buzzpulse.h9ksystems.com right now. See it for yourself, okay? The wins and the losses are all there, okay? I'm not showing you this to brag. I'm showing you this because transparency is the product. If I'm going to ask you to trust a machine like BuzzPulse, getting 37,000 stocks every night, you deserve to know exactly how it performs. It's not a back test, not a pitch deck. This is live every day. Now, going on to the signal of the day yesterday, the signal of the day was QBTS. It's a D-Wave quantum going after the whole quantum computing trend that's gaining steam right now. The entry price on QBTS was $20.81. Now, Let me check what happened. Okay, got it. QBTS is in pre-market this morning, is trading at about $22. This is roughly a 5 to 6% gain overnight. The quantum computing rally continued. NVIDIA's new quantum AI models are still driving the entire sector. That's a good signal, but I want to be clear. I do not hide the bad ones. When a signal goes against us, I'll stand right here and tell you it went down and explain why. Because if you cannot handle seeing a loss, you probably shouldn't be trading. And if I cannot be honest about my misses, I don't deserve your trust. Okay, so let's have some fun. Let's see what the internet is arguing about today. Okay, first up, Allbirds. Remember the sustainable shoe company? That one was worth about $4 billion in 2021. Well, last week it was worth 21 million. Then they announced that they're selling their shoe business for $39 million and rebranding as the New Bird AI, a GPU as a service company. So it sounds like, you could have like a little small computer that has no GPU, but plug it into the internet and hook up with the New Bird AI as the GPU as a service company. And all of a sudden you're looking at like high-end graphics capabilities, but I digress. Allbirds is literally moving their environmental conservation commitment from their corporate charter, sustainable wool shoes to energy guzzling AI servers. It's peak 2026. And this is blockchain 2.0. In 2017, Long Island Iced Tea, rebranded as Long Blockchain Corp, went up 380%, and 3 people got charged with insider trading. The stock got delisted. I'm not saying New Bird AI is a scam. I am saying that history rhymes. And this is exactly the kind of thing BuzzPulse's pump warning system is designed to catch. Second, the SEC killed the pattern day trader rule on Tuesday. We're now 3 days into the new regime. That $25,000 minimum that locks small traders out of day trading, gone. Replaced with real-time risk management. No, it's actually replaced with real-time risk-based margin requirements. And Robinhood is up over 15% since the announcement. More people can now trade. Whether that is good for them is a different conversation. But if you're going to day trade, you need better signals than your gut feeling. That is basically what we do here at BuzzPulse. Today, I want to pull back the curtain on exactly how BuzzPulse picks the signal of the day. I don't want this to be a complete black box, just a little. I want you to understand why AMC Entertainment showed up this morning with 11 convergence layers firing. Step 1, the scan. Every 6 hours, BuzzPulse scans 37,700 stocks and 16,000 crypto tokens. This is the full universe of U.S. equities, including OTC penny stocks, every token on CoinGecko. The scan pulls social media mentions, news articles, Reddit posts, financial forums, everywhere people are talking about money online. And step 2, the scoring. Every asset gets a buzz score based on how much attention it's getting. And then we calculate a Z-score. That tells us how unusual the attention is. A Z-score of 2 means that it's getting twice as much attention as usual. A Z-score of 8 means something extraordinary is happening. AMC's social mentions spiked hard this week because of the record Easter box office revenue that came in. That's the real catalyst that's probably driving most of this attention. And step 3, the quality gate. This is where we separate signal from garbage. Not everything that is buzzing is worth your attention. We check, is it legitimate company? Does it have real operations? Has it pumped before? Is it an obvious scam? Large caps, ETFs, and well-known crypto are excluded. The whole point is discovery. Now, step 4 is the convergence check. This is the secret sauce. We do not rely on any single data source. We can't divulge the exact source of our data because it is institutional, but we check on up to 25 different independent layers of confirmation, social sentiment, options flow, pricing momentum, trading volume, insider activity, short interest, and a lot more than that. Now, think of it like a courtroom. One witness can be wrong, but when 11 witnesses all independently say the same thing, you pay attention. Now, AMC actually had 11 of 25 layers fire. That's a moderate conviction across 11 independent sources. With step 5, the lock, at 1 a.m. Pacific time, BuzzPulse locks the highest scoring candidate as signal of the day. Once locked, it does not charge. Once it's locked, it doesn't change for 24 hours. Now, every output, this video, the morning brief, the dashboard, the tweets, all reference the same signal. Then we track it, $1,000 in, 8% stop loss, no exceptions. Now, this is how a movie theater trading at $1.61 ended up as your signal of the day. Not because I picked it, not because I have an opinion on AMC, because 37,700 stocks went through a 5-step process, and this one scored highest on 11 independent confirmation layers. That's the BuzzPulse machine working. So, closing down, before we go, here's what I'm watching next week. The next Netflix fallout, the stock dropped 9% after hours. Does that hold on Monday, or does the stock buy the dip? Watch for analyst reactions. Bitcoin at 75,000. This is the level. Options dealers are negative gamma territory, which means a break above could accelerate very fast. A rejection means more chop. We're going to be watching this all week. Now, earnings season is ramping up. Comcast reports April 24th, Disney and Paramount in early May. Big weeks ahead. And the Iran peace negotiations, this rally is being propped up by Middle East optimism. Any breakout or breakdown in those talks could trigger a sharp sell-off. If you got any value out of today's show, hit that subscribe button. We do this every single weekday live. Now, the signal of the day drops every morning at 5 a.m. Pacific. There's a free 7-day trial link down in the description below. The live BuzzPulse dashboard is at buzzpulse.h9kiss. The live BuzzPulse dashboard is at buzzpulse.h9ksystems.com/dashboard. Go check it out right now. Everything I showed you today is on there live, and it's free to look at, okay? Remember, BuzzPulse tells you what the market is talking about and whether that attention is unusual. It doesn't tell you to buy or sell anything. That's your call, okay? I'm Ken Carpenter. This is Invest AI Savvy, and that's the way it is.